Carrie Fisher's fans are saluting her work and her spirit this morning. The Star Wars heroine and best-selling author died yesterday at age 60. Fisher suffered a heart attack Friday on a flight from London to Los Angeles.
Anthony Daniels, who played C-3PO in Star Wars, tweeted, "I thought I had got what I wanted under the tree. I didn't. In spite of so many thoughts and prayers from so many, I am very, very sad." Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane called Fisher smart, funny, talented, surprising, and always a hell of a fun time to be around. And Star Trek's George Takei wrote, "May her soul rest in eternal peace as we return her to the heavens in a galaxy far, far away." A.O. Scott, chief film critic for the New York Times, is with us. Tony, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
You wrote in a piece last year describing Carrie Fisher, describing the Star Wars trilogy that defined our generation. You said
yes.
Our generation 40 years later.
Yeah.
What was it about that when we were kids that blew us away about Carrie Fisher's portrayal of Princess Leia?
Well, I think, I date myself, I guess.
I'm doing that every day.
I turned 11 the year that what we now call Episode 4, A New Hope, which was then just called Star Wars, came out. And it was really, in so many ways, it was just kind of the pop cultural moment of our generation. But I think Carrie Fisher, in particular, Princess Leia, who was, she had this combination of sort of charm and loveliness and spunk and grit. She was a fighter. She was a rebel. She and Harrison Ford had this great screwball comedy rapport going. And she was just, I think, for boys as well as for girls who were watching, who were becoming Star Wars fans at that moment, just the thing that really set that movie apart and made it kind of as special, as fun as it was.
She was a powerful girl the boys could love. Again, to date myself along with the two of you.
We're just all old here.
It was also interesting, as she would talk about Princess Leia, iconic status of her role is a hard mantle for so many actors to carry, but she loved her and continued to love her to the day that she passed.
Well, I think so. She said in a recent interview in Rolling Stone, that she loved Princess Leia. Princess Leia was feisty. Princess Leia killed Jabba the Hutt. People might remember what Princess Leia had to wear when she was captive of Jabba the Hutt. But she got her revenge.
Choked him out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested. I didn't know until I was reading about her passing that she had this whole other history as a writer, not just of books, but also a script doctor.
Yeah, she
fixed movies.
She fixed movies, including some of the big blockbusters of the 80s and 90s. And I think that her legacy. Obviously, we remember Princess Leia as this great iconic role and this pop culture fixture that she was, but she was a terrific writer, very funny, very honest. I think she was really a pioneer in turning some of the more painful experiences of her life with addiction, with bipolar disorder, into humorous, frank writing, both novels and memoirs.
And is that what she brought to the scripts she would touch?
I suspect so. You never know whose fingerprints are where, but I think that a human element, and also I think a feminist element. That a lot of the sort of the toughness and candor and brassiness and humor that we see in women in pop culture today, I think she has an influence on a lot of that, and both in action movies and also in comedy. And
that's what I was going to ask you. We loved her obviously as Princess Leia, but some of her iconic roles in The Blues Brothers and Shampoo, and my personal favorite, Margaret and I were talking about this in When Harry Met Sally. There's somebody looking at you in personal growth, and like those little lines that she just delivered with great timing.
Oh, she was a great comic actress. She was really, really, really funny. In that, also there's a particular episode of 30 Rock where she plays this kind of wild, legendary TV writer who's Liz Lemon's role model, and they have very difficult collaboration, and she's hilarious in that. And any there's an archive of great interviews and moments. She had an amazing Twitter feed that was always funny and spiky and kind of Dorothy Parker like. So really unfortunately it takes sometimes someone passing on suddenly and prematurely and tragically to make you realize just how how influential they were, and how far it goes beyond just that picture that we're all looking at with the you know.
Yeah.
The
earpiece,
curls on the side
yeah, the
of her
buns.
head. Yes.
I just got to say, I got to interview her this year really briefly, and I was barely able to conduct the interview, but I got a kiss at the end of it, and that's me with her. And it was a moment that, you know, we've interviewed presidents and dignitaries, but this for me, icing on the cake.
And her little pup.
Gary. She loved Gary.
We hope as well.
Yes.
Tony, really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.